So what's up guys, my name is Gabriel and I'm here with Caleb once more.
Hello.
Today we're going to be talking about airsoft vests, specifically an Amazon bestseller. Vests are something that are usually asked for a lot. What's a good vest? What's a cheap vest? Here's what Amazon thinks is the best option for you to get. So let's find out if it's actually that good.
Cue the music!
Alright, so we're going to take the vest piece by piece and we're going to kind of look at the functionality of everything that it brings. The overall build is kind of a nylon mesh build. All of the pouches are kind of like a nylon canvas type of thing. We can start by the top. Back here, there's like a Velcro strip. Kind of opens up a pouch in between the netting. I assume that's maybe for a hydration pack or something. By the way, this is a small and as you can see, this is pretty dang big. Basically adjusted the full way through. And it's still huge. Like again, this is a small one. So it does fit Caleb, but Caleb is actually a medium in shirt size. That's something to keep into consideration if you're kind of a slimmer built guy like myself.
Pocket time! First pocket we got over here on the left shoulder.
Maybe it's like a dead rag pouch.
Oh, true.
Maybe that's it, because it's so tiny, I really don't know what would fit in there.
These, you got 3 pistol mag pouches. They're all sewn together. They're all Velcro, and these are not Molly. These are actually Velcroed onto the vest.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided to make this segment Velcro, because I don't know many add-ons and pouches and stuff that come with like a Velcro backing. So for example, this is a tactical belt that I run and it has Molly loops, and all of these pouches attach with Molly, and that's kind of how most plate carriers and belt setups come in.
This does have Molly on the back, but that's mostly probably going to be used with
like an
team
admin
play.
pouch, a map pouch or something.
The only one who's going to reach that stuff comfortably are going to be your teammates.
So I have like a pistol mag right here. Let's see. So they do fit pretty well. You can have the little Velcro on it.
That's the bottom one. Oh, look. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you can definitely take off these straps and just remove the entire portion itself if you don't want to use it.
Put on a patch.
At least it has those straps to make sure that, like, for example, if you snag with a branch, your magazines should just come flying off. Moving down to the next portion, we have the holster with another pistol pouch. Even if you take these off, maybe you only have one spare magazine, then maybe you don't need these. You can just take them off and use this one. But yeah, this is your typical like universal pistol holster. So put this in, fits pretty well. So now it's completely secured. It's not gonna fall out in any way, shape or form. And if you want, there's 2 ways of opening it. You can either open it by the snap button, which is probably what I would be doing, or you could open it by opening this buckle. Or if you don't want either of those, you can just put it in there. Again, I wouldn't be like putting it upside down and shaking it. It will fall out eventually. But again, for someone that is going to stay pretty vertical most times, I don't feel like this is gonna be too much of an issue.
Also, the pistol holster has like a Velcro backing to it, and it also has a strap tying it to the vest.
Something to note is that only the left side of this vest is Velcro. Like the right side is just sewn in portions. Like you cannot remove these portions. Only these you can remove. Why? I don't know. Why Velcro instead of Molly? I also don't know. All right, let's start moving to the right hand side. This is a big pouch right here. And this is for shotgun shells. I'm gonna pull up the brightness real quick. See those. What was that called again? It's a shell caddy.
Ah, yes.
Also, it has enough space so that if you don't want it to be a shell caddy, you can just put something else in there. And I'm pretty sure, yep,
it's removable.
it just has soft Velcro on the inside. So you can just use this pouch for whatever you want. 6 shells plus the one in the actual shotgun. That makes 7, which is a pretty decent amount. Honestly, this is pretty cool. Again, it has one of every. You could also just put this over the top and you have prime access to your shells. Voila!
The positioning of it on your chest just being accessible right here. When it comes to shells in particular, small cylindrical type of object, unlike standard M4, which is the huge type of rectangle in comparison, having it so close to your chest, you can keep track of them, especially seeing that the elastic is so tight. You'll know that they're not gonna loosen, they're not gonna fall off of you. The Velcro, since it's really nice, it keeps it secure.
The only thing is I think it would have been better on the left hand side, because if you're shouldering, you keep it on your right shoulder, and having the shells on the right shoulder as well, you might have the stock over the shells and it might get in the way.
Technically, the stock is supposed to land in this area right here, but again, this all depends on your torso size, on your playing style. Like, there's a lot of factors to take into consideration. Moving down on the right side, we got the 3 M4 pouches.
So I have some M4 pouches here from my rifle. that we can actually test out to see how well they fit. I'm just gonna do this preemptively because that's what I do. I just tuck these in, and I pretty much recommend it unless you see that your magazines have a chance of falling on you, then don't do that. But usually I just put them like that and just tuck them in there. Oh, it goes in the entire way basically. All right, so you see, that's where it fits. I also have this one which has a mag loop on it, so we can try and do the same thing with this one right here. So even with the mag loop, it fits pretty well. They both have enough tension for me to be like, I feel safe about them not falling out, but they're still pretty easy to pull out.
Technically, this one does have an M4 pouch over here.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice.
Now the test. It takes a bit for them to loosen up enough.
I don't feel like anybody's gonna be grabbing you by the ankles and flipping you around. So another thing is it does have a little patch section here, so you can kind of leave it on with this multicam black layout, or you can just like remove it and put like a name patch, team patch, or something like this. On the sides, it is adjusted by straps.
I'm guessing they also made it like that because it's lightweight. Plus, it gives you that bit of movement.
So lastly, we have come to the belt portion, which I didn't even know this came with a belt, which kind of adds a little bit more value to it. It actually comes attached to the vest with these like strap portions right here. You open that and it has a little bit of Velcro, and then it opens up. All right, so this is a belt taken off. It is a pretty standard black belt, but it does have two pistol mag pouches, and they're both in like a multi-cam black or a dark green type of camo with a little belt buckle for like the opening. If you run pistols, this could be a good alternative to have, even though they're not the most effective considering like the positioning. But you know, if you're just starting off and you need something for cheap that already has it, it's a really big plastic belt buckle front, and I'm a little bit worried as to how long it'll last because a lot of times these big plastic buckles can tend to break. It has a Velcro inner side right here. It opens all the way to the buckle, and then there you can kind of adjust the size and then reclose it back up. Then once you have that, you can kind of just put the pouches and stuff wherever you want.
It is a pretty rigid belt though.
Yeah, it's pretty rigid. This is one of like the over belt kind of situations. You could have like a MOLLE pouch on this belt. I mean, it would be a little bit loose considering that it doesn't go through MOLLE straps, but it could work. I'm gonna put my admin pouch, it actually has a grenade inside of it right now, and adjust the belt to your size and try and pull it out and tell me like if it wiggles around too much. Okay. And we can kind of test like the rigidity of it.
Okay, so I don't feel it moving around like the belt itself. The pouch is gonna wiggle around, but even then, like it's like I'm jumping, I'm wiggling, I'm running around. I have easy access, I can pull it out just fine.
The belt worked pretty well, that's surprising. Like, and again, you bought a vest, like you didn't buy a belt, and it brought both, so that's pretty good. So now Caleb's gonna put on the whole thing, the whole shebang, just to give us some sort of comfort test. You can try like jumping around in it, trying moving to see if it fits or if it's like too uncomfy. I feel like then we can kind of draw our conclusions and opinions on this loadout. All right, so Caleb finished putting on the final product. It has the belt attached to it, the vest, everything adjusted to his size. Give us your thoughts. What does it feel like?
This is supposed to be a small. We had to adjust it
it's not
all the way. But after adjusting it all the way, it feels pretty snug. It's close to my body, but it doesn't hinder my movements. Like I can still crouch, jump, twist, side to side. It lets me move just fine. Feeling the pouches, like I myself am not used to it, but give me a few games or yeah, I think this is a pretty good setup.
The listing actually says about 20 some to $80, like the price range. But when I opened it up, it said about 40 some as a middle ground. So 40 some dollars, there's a lot of vests for that price point, but I actually paid $26 or something because this is a used vest. You know, I guess it's someone that returned it as soon as they got it.
Yeah, and the belt was still supremely sturdy. It still feels sturdy on me.
Yeah, like honestly, it felt like a new thing. When I looked at it, I didn't know it was like used, and I found out it is. So there is an option to buy used for $20. And for $20, this is a really good setup. Now, my opinion is if you're going to buy this new, you would be better off buying a plate carrier or something of the sort with MOLLE. In this case, since it's kind of like jack of all trades,
you get the best of both worlds.
You get all of it, but you don't really need it. And sometimes that can become more cumbersome than good because there is such a thing as too much. I rather the modularity of having a universal MOLLE loadout, but that is just me. Caleb, what are your like words on that?
You're still new to different types of guns. For X or Y reason, you don't have the budget for a MOLLE setup, then this is a good alternative, honestly, because it gives you a little bit of everything. It leaves enough space for any type of playstyle. This gives you the alternative to explore all those options. So I think it's really good for somebody who's really new. This is a really good setup. I actually like it. I feel comfy in it. It doesn't hinder my movement. This is gonna last me a while.
All right, so again, there you got two different sides of opinion. It all really depends on what you're looking for and where you're standing. But what I can say is that even if it's not my preferred style, I can say that it is surprisingly good. So again, if it's something that you're interested in looking for, I'm gonna have it linked in my description. You can check it out and see the reviews yourself and see what you think about it. But I thought that since it's something that's asked for so much, I wanted to give you another alternative, another option for something that you might want to get. So that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day and stay sharp.
Bye.